Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, that. Music. All right. Pardon while I get things ready. Okay, still have time. Lovely. So, I guess I should do the spiel now, even as things are loading, because I finally got everything ready on time, kind of. So to anyone who's joining, thank you and welcome. Today is going to be a little bit different. Oh wait, no, I'm not ready yet. Okay. Well, that's just a preview. Give me a moment. It worked. Okay. Okay, so just as a bit of a heads up, normally for what I do for my streams is I give... Actually, I could even post the spiel. And just to have it there. So I'm live now until 8. If anyone wants live tutoring on math stuff for summer school, please feel free to say so. And... Oh, is it not working? My overlay? Please say so in chat, and I'll do what I can to help. Otherwise, we're actually going to do something a bit different today. Rather than focusing on just algebraic, or strictly, I guess, math stuff, like I normally do. Today, we're actually going to mix it up, because it's the summer. And so, because it's the summer, I thought we'd have a little bit of summer fun. Just trying to branch out a bit. To try something new. Now, not too new, right? It's not going to be like something crazy like Call of Duty or something light and flashy. It's still going to be a little chill. But instead of just having kind of the drawing board, which is available if anyone needs it and wants to check it out, I was thinking maybe today we would do typing with TypeRacer. I think that'd be very lovely. Because here's the thing. With typing, it is... I guess a game, yeah, but it's also a skill, and a skill that's really relevant to kind of the sphere in which I'm working in, which is kind of practical education. And to that end, this is a wonderful website that is free to use for anyone else, or myself included, everyone, free for everyone. And it's where you basically type to enter a race. So for anyone that's kind of new to this, or hasn't kind of seen this thing before, it kind of works like so. You would just go on the website, enter typing race. It might be yourself. Other people, random people might join. They might have a name. They might be as a guest. And then you would have your little character icon on the top as like a race car. That would be kind of going along as you type. And then when you type words, orchid, beautiful but delicate, acquiring ideal conditions. Your little vehicle kind of moves along as you go. So on, if anyone's on Twitch and discovering this through the TypeRacer category, I'm sure this is what they know, but for anyone that's kind of new to this thing, It's kind of a way in which you can practice typing different bits of text and different words, have kind of variations, so that way it's just not the same thing over and over again. And it kind of gives you live feedback on your ability to type. Again, a little silly, yes, but let's see. In order to thrive without those conditions, and then I'll just kind of wait so this guy can get his win in. So naturally it's a race, right? And you kind of want to see if you can get into first place, fourth place, third place, whatever place, right? And it gives you feedback as to not only what you type, but how fast you're typing, how does the other people who compare and how fast they're typing, and stuff like that. So as you may have seen, we got into just a random race with random people. One person was very good, 115 words per minute. That's really fast, right? Excellent stuff. And whereas the person who was last place was only 23 words per minute. So when it comes to actually practicing typing, I find that this is a kind of a fun, helpful way to do it. And not only that, you just type, but you can also type with friends. You can type with, random strangers in a way. But also, this opens up the ability for me not just to tutor and give kind of one-on-one math stuff, but also we could do kind of one-on, I don't know, 4 or 5 typing as well. Yeah, silly, I know. And part of this isn't just so, you can watch me just type for like an hour, but also to kind of talk about typing as I do it. So again, this is a bit of a branching out kind of thing, just trying something new for the summertime, because school isn't really a thing right now for most people. They're finished with finals. Again, congratulations if you did it. And so now you get to kind of have games and have fun. And this is kind of a game where you have fun, but it's also skills building. So we could race again. We could kind of leave. We could and here it also has a lot of extra info, right? So it's not just you kind of typing over and over again, but you could also, if you're a competitive sort, you can kind of see stats such as your speed, how fast you did it, your accuracy, and how many points you get for doing it, I guess. But what I'd like to kind of focus on is, if we're typing stuff out, is accuracy and speed. Sorry. Yeah, accuracy and speed. Because, well, I'll get to that in a second. Let me just see what else is here. Oh, okay, right. And then here's like some insane, I shouldn't say insane, insanely good, insanely skilled people who were able to type extremely fast. And if you ever are in a room with someone that types like that, it sounds like, I don't know. It's like a jackhammer, just like really fast. It's incredible how quickly some people can type. And there's a reason why they have that skill, right? But in order to kind of keep this entertaining, I'll just try racing again, and then I'll talk more about TypeRacer and why this is important. But let's just see. Now, mind you, right? I am doing this very casually, right? I'm not even typing right now. I am chilling, because sometimes it's fun to play things wrong, or very carefully, or with your own set of rules, right? Whoopsie daisy. So here, ideally, with the way things are set up, you might want to think, okay, it's a race. I have to win. I got to go fast, right? But it's, I think, important whenever you try a new game to don't be too stressed out to try to win at first. Especially if you're playing by yourself, right? If it's with friends, sometimes you want to let your friends win. That's fine. If it's by yourself, it doesn't really matter. Because if you're only focused on not losing or not having a game over screen, then that kind of stress builds up as the game gets harder, right? But if you're kind of willing to kind of enjoy the game, or maybe even take a purposely bad fall, then it kind of changes the dynamic. For example, right? A horror game. Oopsie daisy. Oh, by the way, you might notice that I'm kind of talking while I'm typing. So this is also something else that I find very helpful, is once you actually get pretty decent at typing, you can kind of have your mind in one place and your hands kind of doing its own thing. Best way I could describe it is kind of like when you are playing catch with someone. You know, you're not exactly constantly thinking about, alright, I have to grab the ball, I have to hold the ball, alright, I'm staring at my hands, I gotta get ready to catch the ball, right? Now, of course, you'll also see that my words per minute is completely terrible, and I'm making tons of mistakes because I'm talking as I'm doing this. So, you know, again, if you're just having a casual conversation while typing, it's possible. This is a thing. I think a lot of when it comes to typing stuff that I've seen is more about the speed and the accuracy, and it's incredible. It's really cool, right? But if you're going to be doing some endurance typing, I think something just like being able to kind of talk or have your mind in one place while you actually do it is also kind of an important skill. Because that way you can kind of just have it as a enjoyable thing that you do. Alright, now back to what I was saying. Right, so horror games, right? If you play a horror game and there's all this tension and there's all this atmosphere and it builds up, and you know what? Since I can do it, I mean, I'm not in a rush. I can type and talk a little bit. Again, mind you, it's gonna be terrible, but that's fine. So like when you play a horror game, right? The first time you get jump scared can be really bad, and then you freak out. But I mean, has anyone? Well, I shouldn't say has anyone. There is a way to play sometimes where you kind of run at the enemy to see like how quickly can you get a game over screen, so then you can kind of get used to, okay, this is what the jump scare sounds like, this is what it's gonna feel like. So then, and also maybe there could be like things that you notice that lead up to that jump scare, like okay, so like maybe a couple like 20 seconds before it happens, and there's a sound cue, it gets like really silent, and you know, in that way you kind of get familiar with the jump scare, and then you don't even have stress about it. Oh wait, am I gonna win? I better wait. Bam. There we go. A nice good second place. And so in that way you're playing the game wrong, technically, where if you're playing a horror game you kind of jump at the enemy and you try to jump scare them as quickly as you can. But also then you kind of get familiar with what it feels like to kind of lose, and you kind of lose that stress of like, okay, well, I can't die, this game's terrible, like I can't lose, right? Oh, come on. Come on, guy, you got this. Ah, yeah, he's got this. I'll wait for him. Yeah, he's still going. Yeah, good for him. Right. So, to that end, when it comes to TypeRacer, don't feel afraid or feel bad if you are like someone that's in like the 5th place, right? That's okay. It's a good and noble effort to at least be trying this, because again, everyone starts somewhere, right? Everyone starts somewhere with this kind of thing. It's basically skills building. You could think of it something like working out, right? But you're with your fingers. So everyone's a beginner at some point. There's absolutely no shame in that. And if anything, I kind of like to stay at the end of each race to kind of see if the slowest typer can like finish, and I kind of root them on. Like I want to cheer them on, because like sometimes you would see someone type at like maybe 7 words per minute, and then halfway through the race they give up, right? And you're like, ah, you could have had it. Like we're here to just have fun. Don't feel bad about being last. And so that's why sometimes I like to, even when I do this, right? It's okay to be last. Like if someone else is typing slow and you're typing slow, like, just let them win. Doesn't matter, right? Unless you're a competitive typer and you're actually trying to build your own skills, then yeah, sure. Gotta go fast. But that's not what I'm trying to do right now. Because if anything, what I'm trying to show is that when it comes to typing skills... Oh, I should slow down. There's a couple metrics that are important. Now, one is words per minute, which is basically how fast you can type out a word in a minute. I know, self-explanatory. I get it. But it basically means how many words you can type quickly, right? Now, that doesn't mean that you would type that speed forever, right? Maybe if it's like a short sentence, you could do it in like a burst. Like, here, let me focus for a little bit. And so you see my word per minute kind of jumped up a little bit. And even at the beginning of the race, you might have seen that if I were to focus, maybe just typing like 4 or 5 words really quickly, I could have had like a really high word per minute, right? But I think you shouldn't focus too much on the number. There are some numbers that you kind of want to aim for if you want to get into anything that's involving typing. I believe the standard when it comes to typing speed for some professions is somewhere between like 30 to 40 words per minute as like a minimum. And I mean, the reason why is because they want you to have a kind of a decent typing speed that you could probably have like consistently. My apologies. Oh right, I need a race. Not myself, but I don't even care. No, I like who I am. Whoops. Whenever you're there, I'm walking on air. Alright. Anyways, I'll just wait. You got it. You got it guessed. Come on. You're right there. No. Did he give up? No, he got it. Alright, cool. Now I can finish. Ah, good for him. Alright. So, word per minute is about how fast you can type, right? That's basically the kind of the golden number that everyone likes to look at. And so when you look at something insane like, whoa, 200 words per minute, like, yeah, it sounds incredible. It sounds just like, just really, really fast, right? And that's good. But that's also kind of like that's kind of like looking at an Olympic athlete, you know, when you're just trying to get in the gym. It's not really a realistic goal quite yet. What you really want to work on is first being able to type in a nice kind of comfortable way. And so just to kind of bounce over to here really quick. Oh, I timed out. When you're looking at a keyboard, right? And again, this might be absolutely like basic stuff to anyone that's typing, right? But let's just look at one side. You got your A, S. Actually, it'd probably be better if I just took a screenshot of keyboard, huh? Yep, that'd make a lot of sense. Well, too bad. I already started drawing. Alright, so for your left hand, right? If you imagine your fingers, you kind of want to have them resting like this with your thumb that way, finger on this thing, finger here, finger there, right? And the way you kind of get comfortable with typing is that you kind of wiggle your fingers around the nearest thing. So this one can go up or down. Think of you just like you're flexing your fingers or stretching them out. This one can go up or down. Up or down. And they go up and down to the next key. So here would be Q. And here would be something like R. And this finger can go up or down to V, right? And the reason why this is kind of a really good way to start typing is, and again, there's the thing for the right hand as well. And if you have a keyboard, sometimes they'll have a little nub on the F and also on the J key, right? Like a little nub there or something. And those are basically where you want to keep your index fingers. You relax your hands. You have them in kind of a partially bent position. So you're not going to have your hands straight out. They're going to kind of curve down like that over the keys. At least in the and these are called the home keys, if I remember correctly. That have that little nub. And when you have it that way, so that way when you stretch your finger out to get to the next key, you can do it pretty easily. You're not like stretching or hyperextending. And then you could also flex it a little bit to this key. and then you're not hyper flexing like if you have your hands all crumpled up. You're able to kind of just have this relaxed, kind of move up, down, all the way around. Because I know that for some of the, and the reason why I bring this up, right, is specifically because if you're something at like maybe 15, 20 words per minute, sometimes people do with just the fingers, where they just have their 2 index fingers and then they kind of press, how do I do it? Something like this. When someone has like a really low word per minute, they just kind of have their pointer fingers like that. That's a poorly drawn fingers. And then they just start pressing the buttons, kind of just to whatever, and then they're also like looking at what they're pressing, right? And so that's kind of a very beginner way to type. And sometimes in TypeRacer you'll see that with kind of the low single digits or very, very low double digits typers. They're kind of at that. Alright. Actually, this one's short. I'm going to try to do this one seriously. Oh, I botched it already. Ah, okay. Not very good. Poor performance on my part. Alright, but see, you see this guest here right at like 4 words per minute? I think he's doing the kind of like look at your fingers as you type kind of thing. So if you do kind of the home key method, where you have your fingers kind of resting, then you can kind of do it much more quickly. Now, of course, when you're starting off, you could absolutely, again, look at the keys, right, when you're starting off. But then as you type more and be more familiar with it, try to memorize it by feel. Think of the same way in which, like, you know, sometimes if you have to, I don't know, I guess any kind of physical activity where if you can do it with your eyes closed, then that means you have a pretty good feel for it, right? In a similar way, once you really get good with typing, then you don't even have to look at the keys. In fact, when I was doing before, like what I can do again right now, is not only am I not looking at the keys, I'm not even really thinking about the keys. Just like playing an instrument or doing like some kind of exercise where you're not like thinking about the mechanical thing you're doing. You just kind of have that association of the keys with your fingers, and they just kind of, my body's just kind of moving on its own. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I keep blocking the text as I'm doing it. But yeah, so as long as you're able to kind of have that kind of muscle memory at some point and develop your ability to type, and the more you practice and the more you try, eventually at some point you'll reach a level where you can type in a slow but comfortable pace, where you don't even have to really think about what you're typing. And you could talk about other things because your body just kind of knows where the keys are. Now, whether this is an important skill or not, I think it depends on the nature of what you do, right? So if you are doing a lot of typing work, and it's kind of just reading documents and typing them up, then this is kind of a skill in the sense that maybe you could like listen to something, or you could listen to music, or be distracted, or maybe even daydream a little bit, and be able to type without much issue. However, oh, please, guest, you got this, man. Don't give up. Come on, you had this. Keep going. Can you do it? Please? Okay, so this is, I feel like this guy gave up. He probably saw us all typing fast, and just decided to leave. Very unfortunate. Always recommend never give up, even if you're the slowest. Really, it doesn't matter. For the most part, this is completely anonymous, so it's fine, right? But again, words per minute is not everything. What I'm more concerned about, and what I hope that people, when they learn to type, they should be more concerned about, is accuracy. Now, I've been doing a very poor job of being accurate, and as you can probably tell when I'm talking while typing, my accuracy noticeably dips down. And even if I were to type slowly, or even to take kind of breaks, then the accuracy would improve. And the reason why accuracy in typing is important is because for any profession, right, that you imagine that involves typing, a writer, a lawyer, transcriber, just some kind of document maker and shaker and baker. Um, Accuracy is really important because they add up. And so once you start, even though it says like something like 90% accuracy, you think, oh, okay, that's good enough. Well, it's good enough until it isn't, and then your maybe 100-page document is just rife with errors because they appear like once every, I don't know, 4 pages or so. And depending on, again, the profession, if it's a, like, let's see, baby, if I type in something wrong, then they could be like, so no, we're not talking about babies here, you said babe in this document, and that's something completely different, and now it's like a gotcha, right? So whenever someone's learning typing, I would always encourage them to kind of focus more on being accurate than being fast, because doing it right is doing it quickly. Speed comes with practice, but doing it correctly is kind of where you really want to focus. Like, I could do this, right? I could just type in nonsense really fast. Yeah, that's cool. But that's not the document. That's not an account for words per minute in any of these races. So being accurate as you can will make you faster over time. Now, if I really want to be accurate, then I kind of gotta focus, or there's a lot of tricks you can do, right? You could kind of look at your fingers when you're starting, then you just kind of look at the text the whole time, and then maybe even like kind of say it as you do it, like right shoes to get you through the night, right? Or you could just kind of do it on like a rhythm pace. COLD OUT SIDE. Wait, is that a comma? Yeah, it is. But brightly lit subway. Oh yeah, that's right. I typed terribly. My accuracy's not even gonna matter for this. That's fine. To the overground. Anyways, so to anyone learning to type, I would always, again, focus on accuracy. And again, it's usually honest mistakes, right? Like, E is very next to D. I just move my finger a little bit in the wrong way. That happens, that's fine. But as you practice and do something like TypeRacer more often, then you'll find yourself that you get more and more accurate over time. Or sorry, more faster over time. You want to kind of keep the accuracy as high as possible. And then the rest is just kind of speed that comes with being accurate and practicing and gain a feel. By the way, the reason why it jumps every time is because I keep thinking I'm typing, so even after I do a period, I automatically do a space. 94 accuracy. That's terrible. Alright. So, let's see, what else? What else can I talk about typing? Now, again, typing is kind of a very, how do I put it? I feel like there's only so much I could talk about typing, but I also don't want this to be like a silent stream where I'm just like typing the whole time, especially since I'm not that fast. Like, I don't know, let's see. How fast can I be while being accurate? Uncle do. You have to look within yourself to save yourself from your other self. Sounds confusing. Only then will your true self reveal itself. Period. That. Ugh. Whoa, I messed up. There we go. Game's over. Even when I'm talking for him, I can't figure out what he means. Alright, so I missed one letter. Now, even, I think in this game, I think they have it separate where the words per minute and the accuracy are different stats, right? But actually, if you take something like a formal typing certification test thing, at least the one that I took, they actually, the more words you get wrong or misspell or mistype, they actually, it affects your words per minute. Like, it actually affects that score. And then they use the kind of the words per minute as like the final score, as like a calculation between on how many words you got right and the time and how much you type. So here it's kind of nice and easy where you kind of have that separation, and it's kind of like more broken down numbers. But if you ever get like something else, it can be a little bit more confusing. Ah, these poor guys didn't even try. Okay, that's fine. It happens. I think there's at least like a few other things I really wanted to talk about typing, but I forgot what they were. Yeah. Oh, shoot. Did I? Uh-oh. I forgot to go on my stream manager. That'd be helpful. Okay, here we go. So we're still in TypeRacer now. That's good. That's good. Let's see. It wasn't about accuracy. It wasn't about speed. I know I wanted to talk about something about typing, but I forgot what it was. Well, you know what? I might as well type while I think about it. Maybe taking my mind off it will help me remember. Leave me, though. Life would still go on. Believe me, the world could show nothing to... Oh, we have a champion here. Look at that, 140 words per minute. Wow, yeah, that's pretty good. Good would living do me. God only knows what I'd be without you. I'll just pause. I kind of want to see where everyone else's numbers are at. Oh no, did the orange give up? Oh, come on, dude. Keep it going. Yellow gave up too? No. You're right there. You're so close. We were like neck and neck for a while. Look, my number's worse than yours. You know, I wonder if they disconnected. Is that what it means when their number like pauses like that? Alright, well, might as well finish this. Yeah, I'm trying to think. What was the thing I wanted to talk about typing? It wasn't just finger placement. Oh, endurance! That's what it is. Okay. Endurance is actually, if you get into typing, being able to type often and frequently, but also like over a period of time, will help you much more than typing super, super fast. Unless you're doing something like some kind of exam where you have to type a bunch of essays in a very short amount of time, then maybe words per minute's more important, and then you just... However, when it comes to typing documents as like a job or part of your profession for like hours at a time, there is absolutely no shame in just meeting that kind of minimum requirement, maybe like 30 to 40 words per minute, because the reason why it's not something super high is because they want you to be able to type over a period of time without, you know, having some kind of injury. Trying to buy my neighbor house and turn it to a yard. Oh, I did year. If you don't know my grandma name, then we ain't really dogs. Alright. And then I wait. 'Cause winning doesn't matter. Not in this game. Oh, please. Come on. Yeah, he's still going. Oh, he's still going. 27? His best race is 30. Oh, he's been doing 2 races already. Oh, that's nice. I didn't even... Right on. There we go. Whoops, I mistyped it. Alright. Yeah, my ability is gonna be terrible, because I'm kind of purposely losing. It's fine. Doesn't even matter. I don't know what these typist 0 means or 1 means, but I'm guessing that's like... Oh, there you go. Typist 9. Okay, so the better you are, then the higher your number gets. Oh my goodness. Over 30,000 races. 300,000? Whoa! Ah, these guys are pretty dedicated. That's some good skill. And again, to anyone that's doing TypeRacer, again, that's very cool that you're able to do that. And don't, again, feel pressured to win or to beat. The whole thing about this is just kind of like a visual thing to kind of show how you type, get feedback on you type, and then kind of just a little bit dig into that competitive edge if you care for it, right? So it can be fun. Not only that, I think it's quite nice that they actually have a variety of things that they type. It's not always like formal literature or like kind of dry documents like Trina. That might not be something that comes up often, but if you do some work where you have to maybe do some transcription or something where someone might use that informal language and slang, I think that's actually very helpful to learn just how to type that and get a feel for phrases. Oh, this other guy's not even trying. Okay, well, I guess I'll just naturally get last place. That's fine. Oopsie daisy. Now, next time someone asks for help, say yes. I'll just wait for this guy to win. There we go. Yeah, I need to work on my accuracy. Now, as you may be able to tell by the way that I'm typing, it's been a long time since I typed very seriously. Ooh, who's this guy? A named person? 32. Okay, let's do it. I got a feeling. Woohoo! That tonight's... Oh, it's gonna, not with a U? Okay. Gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna... I mistyped it. Be a good night. Woo! Ooh. Wow, I typed terribly. Probably didn't help that I was like thinking of the song more so than me actually typing. Oh well. That's part of the fun. Yeah, ooh, 95. Now again, my apologies if anyone is finding that they're trying this out. Cool, and your accuracy is a little lower. Again, don't worry about it. Don't sweat it, right? Just try to focus more on the accuracy and the words per minute, and the speed will come. And in fact, all right, let me try to seriously focus on accuracy and not speed at all. Let's see how this goes. All right. Alright, so as you'll probably notice there, even in some words that was larger words that I wasn't used to typing, like loophole, I paused and I kind of typed a little bit slow, like L-O-O-P-H-O-L-E, right? It wasn't super quick. And that's fine. You might find that as you type, you know, maybe you can get certain words like at or the or a kind of nice and quick once you get familiar with it and kind of get that muscle memory. And then with other words that you're not used to typing, then it's okay to slow down. It's okay to slow down because, again, doing it correctly is doing it fast. And as you saw, I was able to get 100% accuracy and still reach 77 words per minute. So, you know, when you're really kind of focusing on that, that's what you can probably greater, right? Probably greater heights. But you know, let's wait for this one guy to finish up. Come on. Looks like it's your first race. Wow, from Taiwan. Is he typing this in English? That's impressive. Oh, 20 seconds. Can he make it? 17. 15. 13. 11. 9. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Come on, come on, come on. Ah, man. You know what? That's a noble effort. He's still 4th place to me. Even though it doesn't say the little thing, 4th place. He'll get there. Wow. You know what? I didn't realize. I think this is an international game, right? Look at this. So, again, I'm still discovering some things about this TypeRacer, right? As I go through it. But this guy's from Cambodia, Guatemala, Taiwan, and then there's me in the good old US of A. And you know what? They're doing pretty good. I gotta say, if what they're typing in is in actual English, and they're using like a QWERTY keyboard, yeah, that's pretty neat. They're doing great. Wow. That's like a work level typing. Oh, I know this song. And when the I was too busy singing and I messed up. Broken-hearted people living in the world agree. There will be an answer. Let it be. For though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer. Let it be. That's a wonderful song. Well, what a nice message. Got the one typo. But even then, singing along, that's fine. That was fun. Oh, yeah. To anyone that might have missed the message, if anyone wants to compete in a race and just have fun with that, yeah, feel free to say so in chat. Wait, do I have the chat working? I think I do. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, feel free to say so, and then I could set one up, because that's the nice thing is that you can actually do a race, and then I could just put it in like the chat, and then we could all kind of have at it. However, I will say that I think that in my chat you have to have a verified phone number, and that's just kind of a lazy moderation tool that I have. So that way, you know, I can make sure you're not a bot. I'm not just talking to bots. Yeah. Is this guy still going? Nah, I think he disconnected. Alright, so I think I kind of unloaded there with all the typing tips a little too fast on the stream, but that's okay, right? We're here to have fun. Now, I know I've been talking a lot about work stuff and how typing can be important for jobs, right? But if you play a lot of computer games, and I imagine that some Twitch users may be playing computer games of some sort, then a lot of them have like chat features, right? Where oh, what's an example? MMORPGs on the PC. Yeah. So a lot of them, when you want to talk to teammates or talk about strategy or, you know, try to sell something, a lot of it is just typing to kind of communicate, right? And so the better you are at actually typing as a skill, the more you can communicate, the more clearer you can communicate, and the faster you can communicate as well. Like it's like say for example someone's asking what is this? It's about grapes and vineyards, right? And then you're talking to someone, and then they're asking, okay, well, how do you craft this thing, this juice? So then you do it like this. After the grapes are crushed, yeast, tiny one-celled organisms that exist naturally. I'm gonna lose. Therefore, on the grapes come into contact with the sugar. Ah, yeah, I lost. I was dilly-dallying for too long. Ah, I thought I had it too. Okay, well, hey, you win some, you lose some, right? Darn it. Alright, but, so, oh wait, it doesn't even show the text I was typing. What happened? Alright, anyways, so say for example you're trying to communicate to someone like how to craft something in a video game, right? MMORPG. You can do that very quickly, cleanly, and the better you are at typing it, the faster you can do it before you like lose their interest and they leave. Right? Like as if that was the example here. Now, I can actually say that if you're also someone that doesn't like to talk on comms, and you only communicate through typing, being able to type is a very important skill, because if you're trying to do not necessarily shot calling, like a lead, but more like, oh wait, I should probably type. Machine only gives us numbers, because I would always rather that a human element remain in determining something so critical someone's fate. We have free will. Great response. I am typing so poorly. Well, I mean, I wasn't interrupted mid-thought. So the idea is that if you want to like call out like, hey, there's a treasure chest, or hey, there's something that I saw, or watch out, or try to give some like kind of specialty tips in the midst of like maybe a long run or some kind of dungeon crawl. Then again, being able to type clearly, quickly, and also effectively, right? Being able to have the right words to describe what you want to communicate, I think is very, very important. And this, again, TypeRacer would help you kind of get to that point. We're able to kind of communicate better in an MMO setting in a group. And again, it's not necessarily like you're trying to lead a raid. It's more just to like say, hey, blah, 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 blah is here. Or hey, don't do that. You'll die because of X, Y, Z. And again, that could save a lot of grief, a lot of pain, as you're kind of invested in these fantasy worlds and having fun with that. Maybe even the final fantasy. Alright, I'm gonna try to type clearly. And I already messed up. Wow. What a wonderful skill I have. Wait, is anyone typing? Is it just me? Am I in a bot lobby? Huh. Well, you know what? Even though this this doesn't matter, I kind of want to see where this quote's from, so I'm gonna keep going. Will always be with you. No one's ever really gone. 1,000 generations live in you. Oh, now he goes. Okay. I mean, keep going. Alright, fine. Star Wars Episode... was that 9? The Rise of Skywalker. Do I know this one? I don't know. Huh. Okay. I think I didn't realize there was 9 Star Wars movies. Wow. I thought there's just like the 3 in the prequels. Oh, wait, that's right. The new ones. Okay. Alright. Oh, there we go. That was that. Okay. Now, is there anything helpful to kind of talk about typing? Yeah, again, just try this out. If anyone's kind of on my stream and they would, you know, come for tutoring or education, I would also recommend, again, this doesn't have to be like a summer thing. I expect you to actually like play some some more fun games during the summer, but this is a game that will get you better at other games, if you think of it that way, right? How much time? Yeah, I could, well, oh, this is kind of some tricky words. I think I should focus. Is this a song? I think it was. I've heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? It goes like this: the 4th, the 5th, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah. Yeah, that was a song. I recognize it. Still got 2nd place singing along. Neat. Ah, very cool. Yeah, so if you think of TypeRacer as a game that gets you better at other games, that's kind of a cool way to look at it. Because like, oh geez, what's an example? Like, there's Team Fortress 2, and in that game there's something called jump maps, where you would have to practice one class and their skill and how to use it to navigate these obstacle courses, and it gets you more familiar with all this kind of odd terrain and how to kind of use your abilities to the extreme. So that way you can kind of jump from place to place to place, and so then when you actually play the actual game, then it gets you better at kind of moving around the map to either get to places faster or to get out of danger quicker, right? And in this way, you could think of TypeRacer as a game that gets you better at communicating in other text-based multiplayer games. Yeah, very handy stuff. Let's see. Now I'm trying to make sure that my head's not in the way, but I also kind of need to see. So apologies if my model's kind of clipping the text. And import. Even one mistake can be devastating. Not really, as if you're practicing, but like if you're doing a long document, they add up. Is that rich? Right? People buy luxuries last. All the poor and middle class tend to buy luxuries first. Some people aren't even trying. That's unfortunate. Well, it is a lot of words, right? And that can, I guess, be intimidating. The poor and the middle class often buy. Also, what is this guy talking about? Like, big houses? Diamonds? Furs? Jewelry? Or you can probably tell I don't type the word jewelry often. They want to look rich. They look rich, but in reality they just get deeper in, I was gonna put into, in debt on credit. Rich dad, poor dad. Oh, okay. You know, I think I could probably write a little commentary on these quotes as we kind of go through them, like how I do with the music. But you know, that sounds like pretty sound advice, right? Oh, hey, here's the text. Oh, it's at the bottom. Wait, does it show how fast I typed? No way. There's a replay? There's a replay! Oh, that's exciting! I didn't know about this feature. So I can kind of look at how badly I type in real time. That's neat. That's cool. And as you'll probably notice, the typing just kind of like for some words where all of them are concentrated on maybe like 1 or 2 fingers, maybe type a little slow. But if it's like each finger can each have a different letter, then you might notice the typing kind of comes out in like a burst. And that's because you could just kind of go from one finger movement to another, to another, to another. Think of like as if you're kind of playing a piano and you, well, not really a piano, but you just kind of like roll your fingers from one to another. And it kind of feels like that. So that's why some of these words, they kind of pop out in like a burst where it's just like rolling from one to another all the way down. Whereas, you know, for some words you might have to like use one finger like repeatedly, and then you might be a little slow with that. But, anyways, that's a little bit of typing, but on to what is being said here. I think this is kind of cool. This is good advice. You know, it is good life advice. Yeah, try not to, once you have a source of income and you're making money, cool. But be careful to fall into something that I think I talked about in previous streams, called lifestyle creep. So here they're trying to throw it into an exaggeration. Like, you know, you can't be buying like a Rolex when it costs you like so much money and you don't have the money. Well, actually no. I guess you're saying something related, but exaggerated. So here specifically what he's saying is like, let's say for example you want something nice for yourself, right? Totally fine. That's fair. And then you get something like a diamond, right? Cool. But then someone's spending it on credit, like a credit card, and because of that, then they get into debt, and then now they're basically paying off a credit card instead. And that is bad because instead of maybe saying that you buy it on a credit and then you have to pay it off for like, I don't know, let's say like 5 months or something, right? 5 months you have to pay it off. If you would have just saved maybe for 4 months of money and budgeted in advance, then that's an extra month's worth of dollars that you could have saved to not buy it, because now you're just using your savings that you dedicate to buy that diamond for yourself, and instead of using credit. Solid advice. However, again, the reason why I think it's an exaggeration is because he's saying that the poor and middle class often buy luxury items. Really what kind of happens is something called lifestyle creep, where maybe if someone kind of moves up and they have higher income, then they start pushing the limit of how much they can spend each time. So instead of, you know, okay, I can survive on this budget, and then now making more money, and instead of kind of saving that money or put it into things like retirement or budgeting for expenses, like let's say repairs for things that you might have, then they might say, okay, well now I can go to dinner more often out, or maybe I could buy these nice things that I wanted. And so then that becomes a lifestyle creep, where instead of, you know, you're living a nicer life, sure, but then you still have the lack of a safety net. You still don't have that that savings that you might need, that retirement plan you might need in the future. And that's where it kind of becomes a problem. And it's kind of a slow, gradual thing. That's why it's called a lifestyle creep. So, yeah, good advice, but a little bit exaggerated. Okay. Oh, wow, it's already time. Okay. Well, hey, this was an experimental stream, just trying something different, rather than just kind of doodling and drawing, which is always fun, and I love to do. Again, I do understand that right now everyone's out of school. They probably don't want to talk about or think about school because they just finished finals, and they might want to do that for a couple months at least until the school year comes again. So I'm trying to expand what I'm doing to still be within, again, the realm of teaching and education, and in a practical way, but with something like this. So I think I'll try TypeRacer again next stream, and that's where we go from there. But yeah, to anyone who came by, thank you so much for listening to me do Zatsu on this random stuff. I always appreciate it, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And good night.